So you want to get good. And the topic of this video is just how to get good at things. And if you're watching this, you're probably just struggling finding one or two things to get really good at. And it's actually very simple. I'm not going to draw this video out to like 8 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever. I'm just going to keep it clean and concise as possible because it's not that hard. And it does take a lot of discipline, I'm going to be honest with you. But it's not a difficult concept to grasp. So if you want to get good at things, there are two things you got to focus on. You got to focus on essentialism and deep work. And what that essentially entails is essentialism is the idea that you say no to everybody and you just solely focus on yourself and your goals with whatever you want to get good at, right? So if you allot 2 hours a day to a certain task that you want to get good at, like going to the gym, weightlifting, or like entrepreneurship, for example, then you have to force yourself to allot those 2 hours a day. Doesn't matter if there's an event going on or your friend hits you up to want to hang out. Doesn't matter. You got to stay focused with the 2 hours a day. Whatever time that you allot, set aside every single day. That's what you got to stay focused to, right? Another idea with essentialism is the idea that you only focus on a few essential tasks. It's in the name, essentialism, right? So a wise man once said, if you try to be good at everything, you'll be good at nothing. And if you try to be good at one thing, you'll be good at that. Now, the second part of that is probably I don't know where I heard that from, but the whole idea of that you try to be good at everything and you won't be good at anything at all is it's simple. Because right, let's say you have 2 hours a day of free time that you could spend to focus on your hobbies, to get better at, to excel. If you spend the 2 hours, if you spend every 10 minutes focusing on a skill, right? So that's 12 skills or, 120 minutes total. You think 10 minutes over the span of 2 years, 10 minutes a day over the span of 2 years is going to a lot too much, to a good amount, right? Think of one skill within that 2 hour time period. If somebody is focusing 2 hours, so like the same amount of time that you take a day, but they're only focusing on that one thing. If they spend the 2 hours only focusing on that one thing, they have 11 times more progress than you, or at least 11 times more time invested. And I won't even say progress because progress is it's exponential. So for you, you might be here. They're probably going to be somewhere up here because it's a curve. Anyways, the idea of deep work is the second part of how you get good at things, right? If you're constantly checking your phone, or if you're constantly getting distracted, oh, I should probably clean, oh, my room's a mess, or oh, I got to do my laundry, I forgot about that. You're not staying focused. And the whole purpose of deep work is to get into a flow state. You need to get into a flow state in order to get stuff done because flow is where, all the nitty gritty details are ironed out, right? Kind of like running. When you run after a certain point, you experience this thing called a runner's high. And sorry if I sound like I'm mispronunciating things. I'm getting over an illness, but that's besides the case. The thing is that if you spend uninterrupted, a long period of uninterrupted time on a certain task, you will eventually absorb yourself into the task to where you lose track of time and it's almost fun. And if you struggle with the whole concept of being able to focus on one thing at a time for 90 minutes to 2 hours at a time, I'd recommend you read the books 4 Hour Work Week or even Deep Work by Cal Newport because those have helped me. Because the whole idea is that you focus, you really invest your focus for a certain amount of time, and think about it. An 8 hour workday, you know how much time is wasted just from like people being on their phones? If you gave somebody a task to do and say, okay, you have 9 to 5, and whatever you finish, you just do the next day, right? If they were to follow the principles of deep work in this deep flow state, I guarantee they'd be able to get done with the task by maybe noon. That's 3 hours. So if you want to see a lot of progress, that's the second part, deep work. So essentialism and deep work. And also another idea with essentialism is the more stuff that you own, the more stuff that owns you. And I know this is kind of like a little side task, but I'm going to show you my setup, right? So what I'm rocking with for my setup, my laptop, my little SIM reader that plugs into my laptop, protein shake just for now, toothbrush, watch charger, my 3 books, and my water bottle. That's my whole setup. No fancy speakers, no dual monitors, none of that stuff. You know, because I don't need it. Like, you got to focus on the task at hand. And, you know, for you to say, oh, I can't do that until I get this. You know, I can't record my gym videos until I get this nice fancy camera or the DJI microphone. No, just, you got to go out there and do it. And you got to get better every single day. And truth is that if you want to get good at something, you're going to suck at first. That's the thing that people don't tell you. You're going to suck. And you're going to get deterred and you're going to feel discouraged because you suck at it, obviously. But if you show up consistently and you fall into this positive feedback loop of recognizing your failures and what you could do, you know, what you could do to avoid it next time, you know, you're going to learn and you're going to get better, right? Like, first time I went to the gym, I squatted backwards in the squat rack. And now I'm squatting almost 3 plates. That's how it was. And that was 2 years ago. So the whole idea of getting good and failing is you're going to fail and you're going to feel discouraged. But yeah, you just got to look past the failures and realize, okay, maybe I should not do the thing that led me to fail in the first place, but keep on trying. And, you know, I don't want to say that's the issue with this generation, but that's a big issue with, like, getting what we want out of life. You know, a lot of guys are scared to get what they want, scared to speak up. You know, for example, a lot of guys are scared of rejection from a job or rejection from approaching girls, for example. But if you don't rip the Band-Aid off and do it in the first place, you're not going to get good at it. You're not going to be Prince Charming on the first approach, or you're not going to get the 6-figure job on the first go around. That's the way life is. But the more you put yourself out there, the more you focus on 1 to 2 tasks with deep, uninterrupted effort in flow, that's what's going to get you to be the best at your craft. With that being said, I'm not going to cut or edit this video. Just follow the principles. Only focus on 1 or 2 things and devote all your focus to it and do it every single day for 1 to 2 hours. And if you say, oh, I don't have the time, like, you know, I could easily say that as well. I don't have the time either. I wake up at 3 a.m. for work. I still hit the gym for 2 hours a day. I still have, you know, just about a 3-hour commute. And I still have to go to bed at 8 p.m. And I'm not complaining by any means. I mean this to say that, you know, you probably do have time because I have the same 24 hours as you. Jeff Bezos has the same 24 hours as you. We all have the same 24 hours, man. So, with that being said, thank you for watching. I appreciate your time and effort. Please check out some of my other videos if you like this. And just get after it. Go for what you want. Thank you.